Hi friends, I haven't done a video in about 2 weeks, and truthfully I kind of have been struggling a little bit with doing a video and just thinking about what I want to say and do. I have been still studying about the archetypes and want to do some more videos on that, but it honestly has been really hard lately for me to write and to paint even and do the things that I love. So I'm trying to get back to that. And so I thought I'd just do a painting for fun today to kind of just get back into the groove. This is an idea I got from a person named Horn, who has quite a few of these old monster tiki paintings out there, and I am trying to get back well, what really is going on is I am redoing my space, so it has less Star Wars in it that my ex really enjoyed, and I'm trying to fill it with things that I really enjoy. And so tiki is something that I really love, and I also really love the old Hollywood monsters. So this is perfect for my idea. And I can't actually buy anything right now. So the cool thing about being an artist is that I can try and make it myself. And I'm doing this with watercolor because that's the paper I had, was watercolor paper. And the cool thing about water paper is that it's the only one that you don't really use white. You use the paper and the white in the paper to make something white or gray in this case. So you kind of have to think about where you want the shading, how dark you want it, kind of as you're doing it, which I think sometimes is harder because you can't come back and just add white. There's not really a watercolor white. So I know that there is watercolor white out there, but if you're trained in watercolor, you don't usually use it, and I don't have any. So it's more something that you would think about as you're doing it, and just not paint where you want it to be light. Or in this case, I'm making the black gray by adding more water to it. And that's really how you get gray from black watercolor. But yeah, just kind of doing this for fun. I don't have a whole lot to say. I am hoping to work on my archetype videos a little bit more. I have started writing again, but I went through another little bout of depression. It's been hard this year. I've had to pretty much completely stop watching news and stuff like that because I realized that it really affects me in a lot of different ways. And so I am trying hard not to let it control my life, because I realize there's not a whole lot I can do about the things that I'm really stressed out about. Other than try and make my life better. So I'm trying to do that just by painting and talking to you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it as well. But we'll see how much I actually do here. My dog is chewing on a bone and it's very loud, and I think that's kind of funny. Can you hear the bone chomping in the background? Chomp, chomp, chomp. But with watercolor, the way you get a lighter color is not by adding white, it's by just adding more water. So it's kind of a fun I enjoy having to think about how dark I want it. Now this also lightens up once you're done and you leave it for a little while too. So sometimes you do have to come back and add, you know, some more to it just to kind of make it the color that you actually want it to be. Like I did that with the black of his coat. You kind of do like one coat and then you go, okay, I need it to be a little bit darker than that. So you come back with a little more paint and make the shadows. But you can't really take away. So you kind of have to think about it first. But I actually think I'm going to add a little bit of purple to the coat too, because I think it might add a little more depth to it. I kind of like that. So anyway, this is going to go into my family room. I am trying to make it more tiki. I'm not, it's funny because I actually really love these old Universal monsters, even though I really am not into horror at all. I'm much more into like the monsters and like, you know, old school monsters. I think they're funner, not as scary. But that probably has to do a lot with like my loving like the Haunted Mansion and you know, the fun scary kind of thing makes me happy for some reason. And so that's kind of the vibe that I want for my house. But you can see like adding the purple is just adding another layer of depth to it. This is just a black before. I believe it was paint gray actually, which is basically a black for watercolor. But how have you guys been doing? Am I the only one that's like not sure what the future holds anymore? You think you know, and then some new thing happens and you're like, wow, Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that on my bingo card this year. And it throws you for a loop. And I know I want to do stuff about it, but I honestly don't really even know what to do. I mean, I've called Congress, I've called my representatives about a number of different issues, and I feel like that hasn't helped. I posted about them, and I feel like a lot of us are feeling a little bit like, what do we do now? At least that's how I'm feeling. I'd love to know kind of your thoughts on it as well. But so you just kind of on watercolor, it's very different than other types of mediums because to make something lighter, you're just adding water. I mean, that's what watercolor is. So you definitely have to think about it in a different way than maybe other types of mediums. I don't know that I'm gonna do a whole lot of this video. I don't have much to say. I wish I felt like us discussing things made a difference, but lately I'm not so sure that it does. But yeah, I have been just trying to survive lately. But I may add more videos of this, or I may just go on to something else. Let me know if you want to see the finished piece once it's done. Again, go find Horn's artwork because he does these great Universal Monster pictures with the Tiki vibe. And I really am just honoring his idea with my own version of it for my Tiki room / media room. And if I had the money, I probably would just buy them, but I don't. So this is my next best thing, is just honoring and saying, look how cute, look how cool. I love this idea of the Tiki and the monsters and the all of it. But I think it's so fun. Eventually, I'd love to have the whole room done. I actually have 3 of these frames that are like these long, kind of weird shaped frames. And so I cut the paper so that it fit into the frames. They had like specific artwork in them. And I cut so I mean, I can't just go out and buy a painting either for it, because it probably wouldn't even fit in these particular frames. But I can definitely do this, or I just make the picture to fit in it. And that's one of the cool things about being an artist, is I can go, oh, you know what, I really like this. Maybe I'll try to make it myself. I do that with many, many things. I do like to give the original artist credit though, so thank you, Mr. Horn. It was kind of hard to find your name with the paintings. I saw lots of your paintings and very few of them had your name on it, so that was kind of, had to do a little research to find out who you were. But thank you for your idea, and I think it'll look great in my little tiki inspired room. But you can see I'm just kind of putting like a base layer down of the brown, and then I'm gonna come through and, you know, add those fine details, and we'll go from there. But thanks for joining me. I just wanted to get a video out and get my paintbrushes out and say hi. And I hope you're surviving. Have a great day.